This trial appears to have come to its conclusion. However, I'm sort of... I don't quite know what just happened there with the client and the witness. Ms. Von Karma, where did that... She always has you in her sights. Now, I do believe it's time to finally hand down a verdict. Mr. Enguarde, it looks like somehow you got what you wanted. You'll finally receive the acquittal you wanted so badly. You should be happy. But before that, I'd like to make one final statement. Sometime in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. Needless to say, that man's very good at what he does. I'm sure you'd understand what I mean if you watched this video. Help me. Now then, Your Honor, the verdict, if you please. Is that all right with you, Mr. Wright? We've finally reached the end of a very long battle. Whether he's convicted or acquitted, there's no escape for him now. Go on, Phoenix. Play whichever way your heart tells you. Right, Chief. I'll just do another save here, just in case that is what puts me on the... Matt Enguarde. Even though I am a lawyer, I cannot make your crime disappear. I think a guilty verdict is appropriate here. Dude, me? My wonderful self guilty? Even if you got an acquittal, the instant you set foot outside the detention centre, your life would be in danger, no matter which way you look at it. You can't run away from your crime anymore. No! Guilty! Jesus, he ripped his own face to shreds. As always, it looks like we've uncovered the real truth. We? I don't remember you helping out much in this. Mr. Edgeworth, how is Matt Enguarde? I have left Ms. Von Karma in charge of his incarceration. I'm sure he's getting a full-course meal of whip leather right about now. Very good. That was a close one, wasn't it, witness? Yes. I plan to pay my debt to society for my own crime, Your Honour. The first time I was called to the witness stand during this trial, all I felt was despair. She must be talking about the time Edgeworth really went after her. I guess she's trying to forgive him for what he did. This witness, how shall I put it, as an illness. If you're going to say you would choose death, that is no concern to me. But after that, when I was alone in the detention centre, that's the first time I really saw myself for who I am. And today, when the two of you use your combined strength to convict Matt, I felt like I'd finally been saved. Wow, this is the first time I've seen her smile. I am really happy you two are in charge of this case. I really don't know how to express how I feel at this moment. This is the first time I've felt comfortable with myself, with who I am. Thank you so much, everyone. It looks like we've resolved everything at last. As for myself, there's still a few things I'm confused about, but everyone seems to be in good spirits. and that's good enough for me. That's all. Court is adjourned.
You were great out there, Phoenix. What I did was right, wasn't it? This is the first time you've not got your client off. You got them a guilty verdict this time. But you have to look past all that to what's really important. You now realise that there's something more than just getting a not guilty, right? Yes, I understand now. Phoenix, think back for a second to the moment before Miss Von Karma arrived with the final pieces of evidence. Think about the incredible decision you had to make.
Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defence's final statements on this matter.
I see. Okay. My client, Matt on guard, is he guilty or not guilty? Those were your choices then, and your answer? Your answer spoke to what being a lawyer means to you.
Right.
Edgeworth?
I have good news. Maya's now safe in police custody.
Really?
Hell,
You're telling the truth, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
yes, she's quite safe. She's on her way here as we speak in a patrol car.
Oh, Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya's safe! You did it! You really did it, Mr. Nick! Ow, she punched deceptively hard for a kid. I believe in you. I kept saying to myself, Mr. Nick will save her. Mr. Nick will save her. Thanks. Oh! What's wrong? Miss Von Karma. About earlier. Thanks. Ow! Why are you still smiling, Mr. Phoenix Wright? You lost. Your perfect win record has been crushed. And yet you're still happy? I don't think you'll ever understand, Miss Von Karma. How dare you?
Don't worry. She may in time. After all, I was like that myself until a year ago.
Edgeworth?
For my own personal victories and for guilty verdicts. I used every dirty trick in the book, and so my win record remains spotless. But a man appeared and stood face against that selfish me. I fought him in my usual manner and tasted my first defeat. I felt like I'd lost everything because of that. And then it was my turn to sit in the defendant's chair. And I was saved by that person I called my enemy. I couldn't forgive myself for all that had happened, so I left the prosecutor's office. And I left that note. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death.
As well you should have. A prosecutor who saved himself in defeat should crawl in a hole and die.
But that was not what happened. After I left the prosecutor's office, I finally came to realize something. It was in that moment of clarity that everything began to change.
What foolish nonsense.
We prosecutors use anything we can to attack the defendant, but every time we did so, no matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like most people, that man would hold strong with his undying faith. And then before I knew it, I began to trust that man as well.
What? You trusted your enemy?
It doesn't matter how many underhanded tactics a person uses, the truth will always find a way to make itself known. The only thing we can do is fight with the knowledge that we hold in everything we have. Erasing the paradoxes one by one. It's never easy. We claw and scratch for every inch, but we always eventually reach that one single truth. This I promise you.
The truth?
Yes, that's the reason why prosecutors and defense attorneys exist. But I'm sure you knew that already, didn't you, right? That's why you couldn't forgive me. This man who went into hiding, isn't that right? This man who only had his sights set on victory, who ran away into the night.
Oh, is Mr. Edgeworth right, Mr. Nick? You really let me down. When you disappeared, I felt betrayed. The reason I decided to become a lawyer to begin with was because I believed in the things you said to me all those years ago. And you betrayed your own words. That's why 1 year ago, I made up my mind. I decided the Mars Edgeworth I knew had died. At least that's what I told myself. You pathetic fool! Ms. Von Karma! I don't want to hear the wretched whimpering of a disgraced loser. A Von Karma is someone who's destined to be perfect. Mars Edgeworth, you're no longer worthy. You're no longer worthy of being a Von Karma. And neither am I. It's over. It's all over. Franziska threw something on the ground just now.
This is an electromagnetic receiver.
Isn't this the thing she used to track Detective Gumshoe?
I'll return this to the precinct later. There's something else.
Oh, isn't that Miss Von Karma's whip?
I'll never set foot in another courtroom again. I'm sure that's what she's saying by this action. You should keep this, right?
Okay. Nick! Maya! Mr. Maya! Mr. Maya! Oh, Nick, I knew you would come through. You got convicted like I knew you would. And on top of that, you even rescued me. Oh, of course I did. You know I'd never desert you. But we sure pressed our luck in this trial. You're really lucky to be standing here. Whatever. It's over, okay? Besides, if I did croak, I'd just come back and haunt you like a bad ghost through Pearly. Is it really that easy to do something like that? Thanks a lot, Nick. Don't mention it.
Maya.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth.
I'm relieved you're alright.
Hey, looks like you made some real progress, Mr. Edgeworth.
Well, I suppose I'm a little different than who I was a year ago.
Huh. Alright, I think it's time to get out of this depressing place. Huh? Where are we going? Food, Nick. Food. Grub. Chow. I'm starved. I'm so hungry, even you look like a nice juicy burger and a bun to me, Nick. You think I look like a burger? I'm a prime rib at least. Come with us, Mr. Edgeworth, please.
If you insist.
Alright, how about we hit up the usual burger joint? Don't be silly, Nick. Huh? This case messed up that awesome evening and got in the way of some of my gourmet food. I decided we're going to make up by having another feast. Another feast? Come on, Nick, food!
Hey pal, sorry to keep you guys waiting.
Gumshoe, are you alright?
Yeah, but I'm really embarrassed. I didn't think I'd hit a telephone pole of all things.
A telephone pole? Then it wasn't a red light that got him? You did it again, silly boy. I feel like my dear old heart was gonna give out with you, and I ain't joking. Yeah, it was good day, Australia. Yeah, it was more exciting than the last episode of The Steel Samurai. Thanks. Now looky here, Mr. Snooty Prosecutor. Don't you reckon you bullied Mr. Right too hard? If you don't stop being a lot nicer to him, he might just kick it tonight even.
I'll keep that in mind.
Well, come on now, everyone gather around. You're gonna get your picture taken by a genuine professional photographer. Looks like Lotta bought herself a new camera.
Well pal, at least we can put this messy case behind us. Come on, tonight's all about eating. Let's go chow down, pal.
Amen to that, pal. Amen. You know, when you think about it, you were the one who saved the day, Detective.
Huh? Me? You really think so?
He's right. If it wasn't for the free items you took, I think this trial would have had a very different ending.
Ah, well, you know, it's ha 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 ha. Wait. That's odd. When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir.
What? 4?
Yeah, I'm sure I put one of the items in my coat pocket.
There was a 4th item. Ah, come on, y'all, it's over. But, oh boy, I tell you, you really are something else. Between getting accused of murder and getting kidnapped, never a dull moment with you, huh? Ha, you think? Why should you look so happy about that? We're being shut away for 2 whole days. We're scared. Yeah, it was really scary. I felt so hopeless. So to keep my mind off things, I drew a picture. Sounds like you had a rough gal. Where's this picture of yours? Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see Mystic Maya's picture. Huh. You know, I don't know where it went. Oh, that's too bad. I bet that's what's in Gumshoe's pocket. Well, it's alright. It wasn't anything important anyway. Sure is nice to finally see them both smiling again. What is it, Edgeworth?
This thing's picking something up.
Oh, that's Miss Von Karma's receiver. Thanks to her, I've had the most awful experience of my life, sir. I can't believe she stuck a tracking device on me.
That's odd. Even though you're standing right here, the tracking device seems to be a different location.
Oh, it's probably busted or something, sir.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm afraid it's about time for me to excuse myself. I still have some work to do.
But Mr. Edgeworth, you haven't eaten anything yet. And you've eaten way too much, you glutton.
I had fun tonight. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Wait.
What?
I just want to say thank you, Edgeworth. You really saved me out there.
If anyone should be saying thank you, it's me, right?
I feel like words alone aren't enough here. I wonder if there's anything I can give him to express how I feel.
What's this?
Thank you. It's all thanks to you two. You and her.
You don't need to thank me, I was only doing my job.
Looks like Mr. Edgeworth has left, Mr. Nick. Mr. Meyer? Yes, Pearlie? I guess you two can go back to being lovey-dovey, right? You and Mr. Nick, I mean. But Pearlie, will you cut that out already? You're embarrassing me.
Anyway, who's paying for this lovely dinner party?
As if you need to ask. Everyone say thank you to Nick.
Huh? Oh yeah, I'm going at the point where I can't even buy instant noodles, pal. So I can't already put your name on the bill.
Huh? Yeah, I got me a situation like that myself. There's this camera shop in the hotel, see? I just bought myself this good old beauty here. It'd be better anyhow for 3,000. Huh? Actually, I reckon you bought it for me since it's on your tab and all. Huh? Isn't this great, Mr. Nick? Yeah, Nick.
Why do I suddenly feel like screaming?
You don't need to hold back now, you hear?
Yeah, pal, time to let it all out.
This is going to be the first time I hear the real you. Go on, it's been a while since I heard you say it. I've been busy being a hostage and all.
Alright then, if you say so. Objection!
You really came through for me, Nick. I had to hide that letter, but I knew you'd find it. I really feel like I've been living on the edge lately. I mean, I've escaped death 3 times now. Pretty cool, huh? I feel like a pro. I'm so happy you could save Mr. Meyer, Mr. Nick. And I'm happy for the two of you. Speaking of which, I think this hotel's a popular place for honeymooners. So I sort of made reservations for the two of you, just in case.
You've never left the Korean village, but somehow knew how to do that?
Well, pal, looks like I'm back on the force again. Mr. Edgeworth had a long talk with the chief and he got me reinstated for my sake. I heard he said things like, letting that one go is bad for all society. I knew it crashed headlong into everything is pretty much the way to live, pal.
I'm Maggie Bird. I'm retiring the uniform as of today, sir. I'm going to be a waitress from now on. And bring smiles and joy to the people who come by the restaurant, sir. I hope you'll stop by sometime, Mr. Wright.
Yes, are you here to visit a patient? I'm Director Harty. Recently, that girl, you know, I haven't seen her around. Yes, I remember even laid so much of an eye on her, it would go crack. I haven't seen if I got blipped though. Yes, well, oh.
It's time to begin our quest of the World Circus Domination, sweeties. And let the world know we are serious. I plan to make a fabulous flight to Zimbabwe.
Hey Max, what do you think Zimbabwe is like? Do you think they have castles made of cake and bunnies who can talk?
I think if there's any talking bunnies, even they won't laugh at most jokes.
I'm ready. There's no way these jokes are going to fall on deaf ears. I'm a bit more contemporary with my humour. Mo Curls represent.
We got a new act on the work down. Prepare for the Hallelujah chorus. Say something, will you? You're supposed to start this off. Get on with it.
What's this? Taurus Electric Razor. I can't believe this, really. How long they plan on making me do this? Oh, but it's actually Pooh's idea. That means it must have some deep hidden meaning. Why do I get the feeling they wouldn't forget about me, would they? Oh, it was not like the old days. Everyone thought the world of me. They used to call me Queen Wendy, and they treat me like royalty, and blah, 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 blah.
I forgot you sent her on a bug hunting goose chase.
I appreciate you and everything Mr. Edgeworth did for me from the bottom of my heart. I received a letter from Miss Von Karma. She said after I get out I should feel free to consult her about anything at all. I'm really thankful to have met everyone.
It has become difficult for me in this country as of late. As such, I take a short leave of absence. If you'd like to request my services, please be sure to visit my homepage. May we both be blessed with longevity.
Where are you going, Franziska?
How do you know I was here?
With this?
That's...
I heard you were planting things on a certain person. Things like tracking devices in his coat, for example.
That's just like you. I only planted it there because he was always wearing it. This filthy drab coat of his. I don't know how it ended up in my luggage. It's going into trash, I promise you that.
Oh, that's right. Speaking of that man, he told me something very interesting.
Well, enough with the things from the killer's eye. I sure took 4 things in total, sir. 4 things?
He seems to have put the last one in his coat pocket.
He put it in here? It doesn't matter anymore, the case is already over.
What are you going to do now?
That's none of your business.
Are you running away?
Shut up! You don't understand a thing. You cannot possibly understand what it means to be Manfred von Karma's daughter.
Franziska.
So many expectations from everyone around me. Expectations I must fulfill. I'm expected to win no matter what. And failure? Such a thing was an option for me. My father was a genius, there's no doubt about it, but me, I'm no genius. I've always known that. But I had to be the one. I had to.
You may not be a genius like your father, but you are a prosecutor. You have been and always will be.
No, I'm not. Not anymore. I've even thrown my whip away.
Speaking of that, Wright gave me this to hold on to. Right. You knew something like this would happen, didn't you? I'm going to say this again. We prosecutors do not fight for personal honor or pride. I hope you will think deeply about what you should be striking down with that whip.
You haven't changed a bit. You've always left me alone and walked on ahead without me. Miles Edgeworth, I've always hated you. And then, finally, my chance to take revenge on you arrived. If I could win against that man, I could make things fight bow down in defeat. This girl you left behind would have risen higher than you. That was supposed to be my revenge.
I see.
You know I can't do it. I can't change who I am. I can't throw away everything I've been until today.
I believe you can. Just like how Adrian Andrews did.
Agent Andrews?
You're going to use her during the trial, right? But you were dependent on your father by using his tactics, isn't that right? Today you chase after me after I'd left you behind all these years. And that's why you're standing here now, side by side. But I have no intention of stopping. If you say you're going to quit your walk down the prosecutor's path, then this is where we part ways, Franziska von Karma.
I'm Franziska von Karma. Don't think I'm going to walk in your shadow forever. Our battle begins now. You better prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth. Phoenix Wright, one day, someday, I'm sure we'll meet again in battle. Until then, this last piece of evidence that never made it to you. I'll take good care of this fourth piece, so I can give it to you when at last we meet again. Aww. And that concludes Ace Attorney, Justice for All. Thank you very much for watching the series, and I will see you in Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. Good night out there, whatever you are.